Hey, welcome once again to yet another review video, and today we'll be speaking about the Google Pixel 5. And yes, you guessed right, that intro video that you just watched was shot entirely on this device. My name is Oku Okoko and I'll be reviewing this video today. And today I'll be taking you through a series of features on this device. These videos are not full reviews, however this video is supposed to show you the key features on these devices and let you make the call if you like this device or not, or if you want to get it or not. Personally, I'll be going through a few things that I like about this device and some things that I don't like about this device. But before I go any further, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can get notified when I post a new video. Also follow me on Instagram. So right now we're going to jump right into this phone, the Pixel 5. Now, as you may already know, the Pixel 5 is the 5th Google Pixel phone. Personally, I've owned 1, 2, 3, 4 and now 5. This was released in November and there are a few changes that Google made to this device, which I'll be going through them with you. Some of the features that I really like on this phone is the USB-C, the 128GB storage that comes with it, the water resistance, the wireless charging, the reverse wireless charging. The fingerprint reader is a favorite of mine, which I'm going to go into very soon. I really love this phone. I believe that this is one of the best phones that Google have ever made, and to me personally, this is one of the most efficient phones that I've ever used. Now, as you may know, I am a huge fan of Google devices, and one of the things that always stand out to me is the packaging and presentation of these devices. So included in the packaging is the USB cable, a USB-C to a USB adapter. This comes in handy when you want to transfer your data from your old Pixel phones to the new phone. And last but not the least, it also comes with a wall charger in the packaging. I have to be honest that when I first saw this phone, I felt a little disappointed because this time Google did not make an XL version of this phone. They just kept it nice and simple, just the Pixel 5. So coming from the Pixel 4 XL, I felt like this phone was very small. I felt like I won't be able to get used to it, but you know what? Surprisingly, I actually like how it is. It's not too small. It fits perfectly in my palm and very comfortable to hold. It's very comfortable to use. I mean, every button is just so easy to reach. The fingerprint reader in the back is placed perfectly. And as you can see, my old phone was pretty big. It was bigger than this phone right now. At first, I thought this would be a huge deal breaker for me because personally, I like huge phones. That did not really matter to me anymore because like I said, I got really comfortable with it and I found myself actually loving the size almost immediately. Once you turn this device on, you wait a little bit, it boots up and you get the prompts to go ahead and transfer your data. Now during the prompt, it will ask you to plug in the cable between the old phone and the new phone, and you just follow the prompts. You do that, sign into all your accounts, and before you know it, your phone will be up and running. Depending on how much data you have, it could take a while or it could not take a while. The only tedious thing to this process was being able to log into my 11 or 12 Google accounts that I have, and that was a bit painful. Like I said earlier, this is one of my favorite phones. I feel like it's one of the most efficient phones that I've used in a while. Android 11 came in clutch. With Android 11 built into this phone is really fast. It's really amazing at how fluid it is. Now the face of the phone is glass, so you have to be very careful not to drop it. When I first got this phone, I had forgotten to order the case, so I didn't use it as my main phone for about 5 days, which really sucked because I don't really like using my phones without a case. But you have to be very careful. It is glass. If you drop it, it will crack. I really love what Google did with the front-facing camera. I was wondering how they were going to deal with the notch this time, but I like how it's placed in there. It's almost like it's seamlessly placed with the screen. Like it's there, but it's not distracting for some reason because the screen surrounds the camera. And I think that was a pretty cool idea that Google did because I don't feel like there's a huge camera or notch that is bugging me in front of this phone. This phone is crystal clear. even while watching videos on YouTube, streaming any videos. The quality is very clean, is very crispy. The built-in stereo speakers are pretty loud. The back is not glossy. The back has a matte feel to it, and I think it's really cool. And this phone is the hub for the Google Home devices. It has the Google Home app in the phone that is really useful. Wherever you are, you can turn off and on your devices. You can control your devices around the home. This may sound very simple, but I appreciate the fact that Google kept the USB-C on this phone because now I just have one charger that charges my laptop, charges my iPad, and it charges this device itself. The other cool feature about this phone is the wireless charging and the reverse wireless charging on this device, basically meaning that you can turn this into a charging pad if you plug in your charger with or without the charger. Let me clarify that. You can use the back of your Pixel phone to charge your wireless devices like another phone or your wireless earbuds. So once you plug it in, it automatically turns on the wireless charging feature. If it's not plugged in, you will have to go into the settings menu and you'll have to activate that. So I'll be remiss not to mention the 5G capabilities of this phone. 5G is not very popular right now, but a lot of companies have started manufacturing their phones to come with 5G, and so does this phone. I've been getting pretty good speeds with this phone. It's not a big deal, but it's pretty impressive to see this phone with these kind of speeds, and it's not even on Wi-Fi. Now real quick, I'm going to get into the things. Actually, the one thing that I don't really like about this phone, I've used this phone for over a month now, and I was hoping to see more things that I don't like about it. There's really one thing that I don't like about this phone that I've noticed that has been a constant so far. Now, this phone overheats pretty fast. I don't know if it's just me, I don't know if it's just my unit. So if you're out there and you have these issues, leave me a comment below and let me know. This phone overheats in two instances that I've really noticed. One, when I'm shooting 4K on this device. If you're shooting 4K with this phone, it overheats pretty quick. Now the other thing is when I'm using the 4G intentionally, and what I mean by that is if I'm running a speed test on my phone, after the first time it gets a little warm, and if I do it again it gets even warmer, and it goes on, and it's just kind of really weird. I don't know if it's something Google is aware of. I don't know if it's something they plan to fix, but just be aware of that this gets a little hot, and I'm going to assume that with other things you'll be doing with the phone, it's probably gonna get a little hot pretty fast. It's not terrible, it's not bad. I've seen devices that get hotter faster. This is not it. I'm just letting you know that this gets a little warm as you use it for some intensive things on the device. So now that we get that out of the way, I'm going to tell you just 3 things that I love about this phone. I'm picking these 3 things because these 3 things mean a lot to me. They stand out, and I feel like if anyone is to get these phones, that you should consider these 3 things. So the first thing is the price point. Now this phone came in at $699. $699. I'm saying that because I'm sure you know that devices nowadays cost a lot more than $699. You could say it's still an expensive device. Yes, it is. I'm not in any way saying that this is a cheap price, but one of the advantages of owning Google phones is that if a new version comes out, Google has a pretty good trade-in system that allows you to trade in the previous phone, get a price cut, and you pay lesser than the price of the newer phone. What do I mean by that? Like I said, I've owned the Pixel 1, 2, 3, 4, and now the 5. Every time a new phone comes out, all I have to do is to trade in my previous phone. I'll get anywhere between $300 and $400 in trade-in value. I'll apply it to the price of the new phone, and that saves me the money. So I don't shell out $700. I don't have that money. I don't shell out $700, $800 for a phone every single time. I'll keep this phone. I'll make sure it's in good shape. When the next phone comes out, I'll trade it in. So instead of $699, I'll be paying maybe $250, $300 maybe. But particularly this version came in at $699. I'm saying that because the previous version was more expensive. And if you look at some phones, I'm not going to mention names, but some phones are definitely way over $900, and they don't even come with a wall charger. So for $699, I feel like this is a pretty good deal. I feel like it's it's definitely affordable. Did I mention that it comes with 128 gigabit storage, including the online storage that Google already gives you to upload your photos? I feel like that was a great deal for a device that is pretty much the best device on the market right now. That's what made me really like the price of this phone. So the second thing I like about this phone is the fingerprint reader. Now, this feature excites me because I was borderline traumatized when Google took this out of the Pixel 4. I was like, no. I mean, I get it with the facial recognition and all of that, but to be honest, that was a pain for me. I like the fact that I could just point the phone to my face and it unlocks the phone. But if they did that, I would have loved for them to keep the fingerprint reader in the Pixel 4. They didn't do that. When I saw it back on this device, I was like, yes, because this thing is so useful. It's not one of those fingerprint readers that you have to like try so many times. You have to like try to use your thumb. It sits right behind the phone in like the most comfortable position, and it is fast. This thing is fast. You don't even have to swipe your finger all the way. You just touch it and it unlocks the screen. One of the things that I like that Google did with this is that, or they did in the Pixel 3 with it, and now in the Pixel 5, is that you can use the fingerprint reader as a scroll to pull down the notification screen from the top. So you slide your finger down and it brings down a notification screen and it shows you the controls on the top. I really love this device. I really love this feature. I feel like it was one of the top 3 reasons to get this phone for me. So last but not the least, the camera. So if you know about Pixel phones, you should know that the camera is the most talked about thing on these devices. This camera is great. This camera is amazing. This camera is everything. I mean, obviously I sound very passionate about it, but as a photographer, I can tell you that the camera on this phone hits it out the park. The Pixel 5 comes with a front-facing camera and a rear-facing camera. The front-facing camera is 8 megapixels and the rear-facing camera is 12 megapixels. I don't want to get too in the weeds with the technical specifications of this camera. All I have to say is that if you're looking for a phone that shoots great pictures, that compensates for lighting, that has a decent aperture, you know, aka the depth of field effect that you see on professional cameras, this has it. The quality of the photos from this phone is really good, that the raw pictures coming out of it before you retouch it and add colors and boost the contrast and the brightness is actually very decent for a mobile device, and I felt like Google did a great job with this camera. As you may know or may not know, these Google cameras are powered by AI, meaning that Google is not spending too much time upgrading the sensor and the megapixels of a camera. They are letting the brains of the phone do the job, and by doing that, the camera is able to understand when you need more lighting, when you don't need more lighting. It's able to understand when you're shooting at night to compensate for that, and just that alone, I feel like this makes it a very great camera on a device. Now, the video quality is amazing. There's a new feature called a cinematic pan, and what Google did is that the phone is going to slow down the footage while you're shooting and uses AI to stabilize the video while you shoot, and the result is a very nice steady footage. It's not the best, but again, this is a phone. To have a phone that can capture great footage, stabilized footage, it's really amazing. The cinematic pan works really well. I've shot in the car driving, I've shot moving around, I've shot different things, and I can tell you that it's very good. Although I don't use this for professional work, it's really good to have something like this in the palm of your hands, because you never know when you're going to need something to take a good footage or a good picture. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment below. If you picked up this phone and you like it, let me know. If you picked it up and you hate it, let me know. If you have any questions regarding any part of this review, leave me a comment below. For now, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, and please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I have more videos coming up soon, and until then, I will see you on the next video.